Denver 7 Gives is committed to using your donations to help victims of the Marshall Fire. And today is our Denver 7 Gives extravaganza. Our team is up in Broomfield all afternoon where we're making one of the biggest donations to date with the help of Amazon.
Yeah, I'm Russell Haythorne here at a Precious Child in Broomfield where Amazon and Denver 7 Gives just donated all of these items to the victims of the Marshall Fire. And I'm joined now by Clint Folsom, the mayor of Superior. And Clint, we know your community was hit hard by this fire. Talk about donations like this and how they help to get the community back on their feet.
Absolutely. Everybody is in a different stage of recovery from this fire. You've got some people that are still in very temporary housing, or maybe they're plugging into something a little bit more permanent. So this need for donated items continues. We're months after the fire, but people are absolutely still rebuilding their lives. So we really appreciate Denver 7 and Amazon for partnering with Precious Child to help get these items out to the community.
Yeah, I mean, everything is needed, right? When you lose everything, you need everything.
Absolutely, and people are still scrambling to put these basics back together. So it's great to have this procedure, to have the registry, and be able to get these things in people's hands.
How are you guys doing? I know that debris removal has been a huge issue. I hear that's finally starting in earnest. Talk about where you are and how that feels to your community, especially those who lost their homes.
The debris removal is a very key part of the recovery. Seeing that on a day-to-day basis, it just kind of is a constant reminder of the destruction. So having that removed, I think, really helps people to kind of move into that next stage, the rebuilding stage, and really feeling confident about talking to builders about how they want to rebuild on that site or making those important decisions.
I talked to the mayor of Louisville just a moment ago about the underinsurance issue. That's also a huge problem in your community and in hers. I heard something like 92% of those who were impacted by the fire are underinsured. How are you helping those families to cope with that and to get through this?
From the town's perspective, we recognized that early on that was a huge problem. We have rolled back our sales and use taxes on rebuilds. We've waived a good portion of our building permit fees, and so those are little small things we're doing. We're also being advocates for more funding from state legislation that's currently working its way through the session. So
when you say rollback sales and use tax, you're talking about like saving them thousands of dollars on lumber costs and that sort of thing, right?
Absolutely. The taxes on materials can be thousands and thousands of dollars, and all entities charge tax. Superior charges tax, the state and county as well, and we're hopeful that some of those other entities can roll back those taxes as well and provide further support. But we use those taxes to support our general fund, so it's not a insignificant thing that we roll those back, because we still have those costs in other places. But we also want to help people do whatever we can to get rebuilt.
Are you hearing from your families and hopeful that most of them will rebuild? I know some of them might not be able to, but I'm guessing you're hopeful most will.
Absolutely. We don't want anyone to leave the community. This was, the people of the community are what makes the community a great place, and so we want everybody that has the desire to stay there to return.
And you'll help in any way you can, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I heard some community block parties maybe this summer to help keep the community connected, which is really important as well.
We heard that from some groups in California that have been through these disasters, is that the rebuilding process is long. It's months and months and over a year in some cases. And so as time grinds on, people need to be reconnected to the community. So if they're living outside of the community, having these block parties will absolutely help them to stay connected with their friends in the community. So we appreciate Denver 7 being a part of that.
Yeah, well, best of luck to you, Mayor. Thank you so much. Yeah. Mayor Clint Folsom with the town of Superior. And again, we're standing in front of all of these boxes. Denver 7 Gives, along with Amazon, able to donate $40,000 in items to those victims of the Marshall Fire. I'm in Broomfield today. Russell Haythorne, Denver 7.